Okay, so today is day 20 of #Vita. I really didn't want to do this video sitting down because, well, I get tired of sitting down all day. I don't sit down all day, I promise. But I've been sitting for a while because I did a live stream. Anyway, so today I really don't. Oh, why do I even have to say it? Y'all already know. I don't have much to say today. Today I didn't really do anything. I'm not gonna bore you by talking about everything I did do. And instead, I'm going to talk to you about stuff I did do. So today, I live streamed. That was pretty fun, you know. I had the same old. They're like a family. I love it. It's a lot of fun. For those of you who are thinking about doing it, please do. You have no idea just how much live streaming can completely change your life. I honestly became so much more confident. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm trying to start making... I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I've thought about it a little bit more, and to be honest, I want to start doing a little bit more condensed videos so they're not as long. I will still do some long videos where it's still going to be a longer vlog and a longer discussion, but I want to start doing shorter videos where I'm going to talk more about, I don't know, just random things. So today I wanted to elaborate more on my idea of A, why I got into live streaming, and B, I want to talk a little bit about my open door policy in my life because some people don't really understand it. But yeah, so open door policy is basically where a lot of people don't understand. When somebody comes into your life, you know, you become really good friends, maybe you have a relationship, maybe you don't, but let's just say that it's just a friend. They're a really good friend to you. So you have a really good friendship with them. If something happens and they end up drifting, you drift apart from them, or they end up walking out of your life, that doesn't mean that you're not still friends. A lot of people automatically assume that because you don't talk to somebody that you're no longer friends. Why is that the case? I mean, honestly, I have so many people where I haven't spoken to them in years, and then they'll get into contact with me, or I'll get into contact with them, and it's like nothing ever happened. It's like we never stopped speaking because we didn't have a falling out. We never had an argument. For me, a friendship is always a friendship until something changes that friendship. An argument, an entirely different like one of you becomes an entirely different person through, you know, growing up, evolution, whatever you want to call it. But because you aren't the same people anymore. Why would you continue to be friends if you're not the same people? But if you are the same, you know, you're close enough that you can still connect to each other, then why does it matter if you haven't spoken in months? If they come back into your life or you come back into theirs, let them back in. Now, at the same time, don't hold on to people that need to go or want to go. If somebody wants to leave your life, no matter how close you are to them, there is not a damn thing you can say or do to make them want to stay if they want to go. That's just how it is. If people want to leave, they want to leave. People do what they want. You can't stop it, you can't change it. That's just how life is. So be a little bit more positive to when somebody is leaving, you know. Are they, like, maybe they're doing it to better themselves. Maybe it's good for you. Maybe time away is what you both need. And I'm not even just talking in a relationship matter, I'm talking friends as well. Maybe time away from this person is something you need. Because sometimes you need time away from someone not because you're bad together and not because you're not good together, but because you can grow more when you're apart. Sometimes you become too dependent on somebody. Like, I had a friend that was here, and though we were really good friends and we connected really well and could have great conversations, it was terrible for me because I was dependent on this friend. Like, I could do stuff on my own, but I was always socially anxious, so like a lot of times, like if I wanted to go somewhere but I didn't want to go alone, I talked to him. Now, I could have just done it alone and gotten better at, you know, being like, yeah, cool, going out in public, you know, social anxiety, whatever, you know, I could do that. But after he left and I started live streaming, I grew as a person. So take it as a positive thing when something like that happens, because there's nothing wrong with people leaving your life or coming back into it. It happens, and that's okay. So I want to talk a little bit about that, which obviously I just did. So people come in, people go out, and I call that the revolving door policy, or the open door policy on my life. That's just the way I view it. People come in, people leave. People leave. It's not always a bad thing. Change is sometimes a good thing. As much as I hate change, it can be a good thing, and you know, a lot of good things for me have come from change. So open door policy, there you go. Maybe that'll help some of you, because I know it's helped some people on my live stream because I've talked to them about it, and they have a problem letting people go who have left their life, and they have a problem with letting people back into their lives. Whereas for me, nothing ever changes between me and somebody else. Once a friend, you're always a friend to me. That's how I view it. And a lot of people, if you don't talk to them, they think, oh, what, we're not friends anymore? And I'm like, what do you mean? If you send me a message, I'm not going to ignore you. I might be busy and I might take forever to respond, but we're still friends to me. We never stopped being friends. I just don't need constant communication with you to be your friend. And I hope you feel the same way. I hope you don't need a message from me every single day just to know that I still care about you and you're still a friend to me. So, that aside, I also wanted to talk about why I started live streaming. I actually started live streaming over the holidays around Christmas, or close to the holidays, because I started to feel really lonely. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this yesterday, and it kind of goes along with the video from yesterday. I've never actually talked to anybody about this, but I used to watch a few different YouTubers. One of them, well, let me start from the beginning. It was getting close to Christmas, and I live thousands of miles away from home, so of course I miss my family. I'm a very big family person. I mean, most military members, when you talk to them, if they have a month of leave and they have money in the bank, where are they going to go? They're going to travel. Now me, I'm really close to my family, so I would prefer to spend my money on getting to go home and visit my family for a month. I could always travel the world, or I could go see my family. And to me, family is more important than seeing the world. I don't know, people see different things differently. Tomato, potato, caramel, whatever you want to say. And I know those three examples are slightly different from, the first two are slightly different from the last one. Cool, don't care. But, so I would personally prefer to go home and see my family, which is why I'm going home in about 2 weeks-ish to see my family. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to do as good of videos as I possibly can for that, and I'm going to actually try to edit that one. Once I finish Vita, I'm going to try to learn how to do editing, because I feel the best YouTubers are the ones that really put time and effort into their videos. And for me right now, it's mostly just vlogging, it's mostly just talking and discussing, and eventually I like to get into more root topics, more important topics, not just nah. By the way, y'all are always welcome to ask me to talk about something you want me to do. I don't do challenges, I'm sorry for that. I don't do, hey, 3 minutes of fame, look at me videos, because I'm not looking for fame. I'm not interested in it. I'm not gonna deny subscribers, obviously, but I'm not looking for like a high count or anything. I'm mostly doing this for people from live stream, and for people who want to listen to someone talk when they feel lonely, B, want advice from somebody, and I'm okay with making videos like that. I will do my best to research a topic if it's something you want to hear me talk about or debate about, or give you both sides of the story about. So I know that was a little injection into the middle of a conversation, I'm sorry about that. But the reason I started broadcasting was back in December. I got really, really lonely because I was away from family, and it was I believe that was going on year 2, so I was getting a little bit more homesick. My family's miles away. I didn't really have that anyone to spend the holidays with. I almost ended up spending it with a friend, but those plans fell through. So basically, I knew I was going to be spending the holidays alone. So I didn't really know what to do, and I knew I wanted to get into YouTube. I wanted to start building a community, people to talk to, people to help, people who could help me. A community, that's what it is. That's what I'm interested in, not the viewers, I like the interaction in the community. And I'm so happy. One of my friends told me about younow.com, where I could be a live streamer, and that's where I really found a good community. And honestly, it's amazing to get into live streaming and meet people. You meet people from all over the world, and the internet is honestly the best place to meet people who are like yourself, because it's so difficult to meet people who are very similar to you, but the internet connects millions upon millions of people from around the world who think just like you. Some of them think completely opposite of you, but there's so many different people. It really is amazing, but I won't dwell on that because I think you all know how amazing the internet is, do you not? I mean, if you don't, I honestly could make a video to tell you just how amazing the internet is. It'll be a little bit educational though. Start with the beginning. When was the internet created and by whom? Yeah, I said whom instead of who. What of it? Yeah, I got skills. Okay, I'm not trying to steal things from other people. People at work say that as well, so getting closer to the holidays, I found a couple of YouTubers, because I was like, you know, if I want to be a YouTuber, I should probably figure out what other YouTubers are doing, so that I know, you know, like, what the community is like, you know, who does it, what they do, why they do it, and maybe my thoughts and desires and ideas can coincide with that for other people. And I found the Brutales, which was like it was a family of, like, family vlog, basically, like a mom. I don't think the dad is ever really involved in the kids. I watched like a few different episodes, and I don't know, it was weird. It made me feel less lonely, because it felt like, you know, I was with my family again, even though they're obviously not my family. Living vicariously through other people is a very real thing. It is very interesting that you can feel less lonely by A, watching other people interact, B, listening to other people speak. All of these different things, like, it's amazing that they can make you feel less lonely. And I realized that that was what I wanted to do. So I started to watch that, and one of the episodes, their son, ironically, whom has the same name as me, Caleb, ended up dying, and I was entirely shocked, because I had just started finding out about them, and then suddenly I find out that the entire thing is like falling apart for them. Very sad, but that's not what this video is about, I'm sorry. But because of that, I realized, you know, hey, you really can't die at a very young age, and you should do the best and the most that you can while you still have the time, and while you still have the effort and the motivation and the inspiration and the drive to do what you want to do, to help other people and to do whatever it is that really drives you. So that's what really got me into it. And then Troye Sivan, who gave me the inspiration to be confident and outgoing enough, and to be more open about my biromantic asexuality with basically everybody. I mean, I never really hid it, but I was never open about it until I watched The Blue Neighborhood by Troye Sivan and got into his music, and it really left an effect on me. So the Brutales, Troye Sivan, Ali Hills was a big one too. I still love her video. Her first kiss video, I love that video. But I won't drone on about other YouTubers. So those things, like, they really built me into a more outgoing. I've always been outgoing. I've always wanted to be a talker, but I was always too shy, and I always pushed it down. But I became more confident, and I became more outgoing. And then my friend, who I told, I was like, I really want to get into YouTube, and I know you've been doing YouTube, because he started doing gaming videos. If you want to check him out, his broadcast, or his YouTube is, actually, I'm going to put that in the description, just because if I say it here, you might not even remember it in the next 2 minutes. No offense to you guys, I just mean, like, with how much I'm droning. So he told me about YouNow, and that's actually where I first got started on doing broadcasting. I was like, wait, you mean they have things like that? He was like, yeah, it's basically for people who want to build a it's usually for YouTubers who want to build a fan base, but for me, I did it the opposite. I wasn't really trying to build a fan base because I didn't have a YouTube. I more of wanted the learning and the getting confident and the meeting people and helping people, and it really worked. It really did. I got to help people. People were able to help me through problems, and it became like a family. I love it on there, and I'll never leave. In fact, I will probably continue to broadcast there for many years to come, I hope. But yeah, so I ended up doing that because he told me about it. He was like, oh yeah, you want to do YouTube? Like, honestly, just get used to talking in front of a camera. I was like, I don't think I'm camera shy. I mean, I wasn't really. It was more of I didn't know what to say when I was broadcasting, at least in the beginning. But you slowly but surely build a family of friends and just great people. And once you do that, it gets a lot easier. You get so used to talking on your own. You have to be able to carry on a conversation by yourself, which honestly, I think you've noticed I've been talking for about 15 minutes. So obviously, I can hold a conversation with myself. Only I'm not expecting myself to respond. Hi, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. How about you? I don't know. We'll pretend that didn't happen. But there was my actual conversation with myself. I could have gone on much longer. Just for you. Yo, I got skill. I gotta stop that. I like mimicking people. It's fun for me. That's why I like doing accents and voices and languages. It's just fun to mimic. But yeah, so This is the third time I've said that this video. Okay, I'm done with that. So, I gotta stop making my videos at 5 AM. That will end up stopping when I get closer to the end of Vita. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more about anything, or if there's something you would like to personally hear me talk about, just let me know. I honestly love talking about things, and when people request things, it makes me learn about those things so I can talk about them. And to me, that's really cool because I like learning new things, and when I have a reason to learn those things, it gives me motivation and inspiration. So if you want to hear anything, let me know. You know, you don't have to like the video, but let me know if you actually do like it by liking it if you do like it. Or leave a comment on why you don't like my videos, whether they're too long, I'm not entertaining enough, I'm not weird enough, I'm not crazy enough, I'm not using a good enough accent, you know, just let me know. I need to work on doing new accents too. That'll be coming up. I might even do a video of how to learn accents and start mimicking other accents because I love doing it. That's what I really want to do. I'm gonna wait till Vita's over there. But yeah, so just let me know. I appreciate it. Bye. Energy is not stopping. It's not stopping.